Yeah, check that bitch out. This is the original General Electric Superthrust. There is not a speck of rust on here, like literally anywhere. It's already condensating, dude. We only had it running for what, like 2 or 3 minutes?
Yeah, I saw that. I said, holy shit.
Yeah, you got these fucking things are color coded, bro. You got a blue one. You got a blue one here, a green one there, and that one there is red. So they're all, if you look, they're all at different heights.
Oh,
that's how they fucking had it.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen one do these. Usually when I pick these up, this is all completely gone. Usually by now, the case doesn't have a speck of rust in it. The fucking thing. I mean, I wonder why. I don't know why they didn't coat the whole thing in.
It's strange that they didn't coat the whole thing. You just did the edges, I guess.
Yeah, GE rotary compressor. Look at the suction line on it. This thing is fucking immaculate.
It is. So is this bolted down like you thought? Is there a safety bolt?
It's bolted.
It's bolted?
You know why they take those out of it too? Because it probably doesn't rattle as much.
Vibrates a lot less if you take it out.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which
is
I probably won't take it out. I'll probably fucking just loosen it.
Okay. Gives
Yeah,
a little more play.
Yeah, and if you have it installed, it ain't gonna go nowhere. The problem is people like to put these on hand trucks and stuff like that. Yeah, the original fucking bolt's still in there. I bet you in the instructions it probably tells you to take it out so it won't vibrate as much. But it wasn't really vibrating that bad. Once they build head pressure, usually they don't really have much vibration at all. The other thing's I don't think the thing was ever out of the case before.
Not that I would say no. I'd say it's never been out of the case. Never.
So yeah, it was installed above the freaking transom of a barber shop, right?
Yeah, yep. Beauty salon, yep.
No shit.
Yeah, this is...
Like I said, I actually have a freaking grill for this, so everybody, if it does turn up, man, if you could.
I'll, if I find the grill, absolutely.
If not,
it's probably up there somewhere.
If not, it's not the end of the world, but
okay.
For whatever reason, it would turn up. They used to have a filter on this side. I wonder what the purpose of that was. See, the filter, the original filter pieces are here. It's all dry rotted, but yeah, it's not going to really help you much. It's blowing out through here. A lot of them too. I don't know what year they did that, but GE had for I think probably 67. Probably the first year is probably either A, it didn't work right, or B, it was too expensive. But they actually had a blower wheel that had like a screen over this, and you would put like a round filter inside the blower wheel, and the blower wheel itself would filter the air out before it even got into the cooling system.
Oh, so the air going into the blower was filtered?
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, your freaking ventilation still works.
Look at that, man.
Look how freely that fan moves, man.
That fan's smooth as silk.
The tag's still good. It's just a little bit dusty, which you could be expected. There's your drain plug. Yeah, what I do with these, dude, I always, well, actually, you probably just leave it in there because it's not even going to get used anyway. I always make my own because the idea with these is to keep the water out of them.
Okay.
This thing couldn't have been used much, man. This thing is fucking cherry.
It is. Where's the water drain? Where's the drain? Where's the condensation?
Condensate. Yep. It fills up this whole entire pan here, okay? And what will happen is, if you don't take this drain plug out, it'll fill up until it gets to that ledge right there. So it's about an inch deep, maybe a little bit more than an inch deep.
Starts coming out?
Then what it'll do is it'll come over here, fill up the bottom of your base pan, your tray there. And there's one single drain hole right there in the dead center. If you see it, right toward the back.
I see it, yeah.
And that's where the condensate will come out. If the units that are usually well preserved, or other than this one that hasn't been used since the fucking early 1980s,
yeah.
If you pull this out, the condensate will build up probably 1/8 of an inch, and then drain out, and then your rust is going to be a lot less severe. But most people don't think to pull this out.
I see.
So that this whole entire thing will fill up with condensate, and basically it rots your unit from the outside in, and then eventually this is all gone. And when you take this apart, the whole entire thing crumbles. Usually what happens is the fan will stop working because your chassis, your structure failed.
Oh.
So this won't be being held up by anything, and it'll get stuck.
Start rubbing on the inside.
Yeah, so
yep.
it didn't make a lot of noise.
The thing that really impresses me is that still has a freaking shipping bolt on it.
Yep.
Tell you what, man, the thing's in really good shape.
That's high quality.
I'm glad you sold it, because most people would have looked at that and be like, "This is junk." They would have freaking pushed it right out that fucking.
Throw it out the.
Oh yeah.
Throw out the fucking window. Yep.
Yeah, most of them don't get saved, man. Most of them go to the freaking scrapyard.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
Most of them already did. There's not many of them. There's probably I'd say there's probably 20,000 of these left in the United States, but if you think about it, 20,000 is not a lot.
Not in the whole U.S.
Look at how
no.
many they sold by.
There were millions. They were sold by the millions back in the day.
Holy crap. Wow.
Yep.
So, why do you think they engineered that so it built up a whole inch deep of water before it started draining out?
Their thought process behind it was that by having the condensate splash on the condenser coil, it would help the unit run a little bit cooler, which it does, but your sacrifice is rotting the structure of your unit out.
Okay.
And it doesn't really make that big of a difference. Window units are the only cooling system that does that.
I see.
Yeah, no other cooling system style does that, to where it'll actually
Okay.
build up condensate.
You know, it's funny you say that, because at my apartment, I've got it's a whirlpool.
Yep.
It's 100, and I think it's 5,500 BTU. But anyway, the inside of that, or the bottom of that's starting to rot out.
Yeah, from the
where,
rust.
where the condenser is, and that builds up too. So I drilled
The drain hole, yep.
about
Yep.
5 drain holes in the middle, and then a couple at the end. So now all the water just flies right out.
You probably added a few years to the life of your
Yeah,
unit,
I wish I'd.
keeping these safe.
Yeah, see those.
Dude, most of these you can't even read them. That's your fucking schematic, dude. That tells you everything.
wiring
That
schematic?
tells you everything you need to know about it. Some of them had sump heaters on there. Suction line control, thermal. Yeah, there were all different kinds of fucking possibilities these things had back in the day.
This is in really good shape.
Yeah, it wants you to reinstall plug after draining. Why the fuck would you do that?
Nah.
Compressor locking bolt, there you go. Yeah, I would not take that locking bolt out all the way. I'd loosen it a little bit so the springs take more of that, support more
What's
of the weight.
in the middle? Looks like it's right in the middle.
At
Yep.
the very bottom.
The part that gets me is we finally figured out what these are for. Now the third one over here, there were only 2 locking screws, and these things came in. I've never seen them before. They come in right on the bottom. They screw the unit into the chassis. Now there's a third one back here, but thank God I didn't use it, because otherwise we'd be fucked.
How would you even get to that?
You wouldn't.
be behind the.
Well, you can't, because you can't even, without cutting it open, you can't, because you can't even, take the top of this off without.
Yeah.
Dude, like I'm telling you, we get super, they actually have the nickname Super Rust. Is their nickname, because they, none of them are in good shape anymore.
Okay.
I'll put these screws back in. I'm going to leave it out of the case because I want to clean it up anyway.
See if she's got it. You got anything to say about this? That's Gia.
Gia?
She says she appreciates that you're getting a quality air conditioner. Hey, all right.
That thing's badass, man. I can't possibly thank you enough.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming. Thanks for giving it a good home.
Oh, definitely.
My father would he's very happy about that.
Yeah, I think where it's going to go is probably in the, because I have a Philco Ford noiseless with an air scan. It's a little bit undersized for the room, for how big the room is.
Yep.
This should be about right with it. So I want to put that back up in the main part of the house, and I'll probably throw this guy downstairs.
Okay.
I thought about putting it in my garage, but this thing here is like so freaking minted. I don't even want it sticking outside.
No.
I really don't.
No. Keep it mint. Yeah.
And like I said, down in the basement, it won't get its balls run off either.
Okay.
It'll get used when I'm down there and when there's a party or whatever like that. But like I said, I'll
It's definitely pull the humidity out of there.
oh my God, yeah. What I do, the way I drill my drain holes is I take a tape and measure. I'll get it lined up like you want it about right here, then measure back, because you want the drain hole to be right about here, right under the slinger wheel. Or off to the side.
Where do you want it to be?
Right around the slinger wheel here, because what will happen is while the unit's running, it'll blow some of the water off and still kind of keep the cooling effect a little bit. But when you turn the unit off, the water is not going to be splashed away no more, so it's all going to go right into the freaking hole and drain out. I figured it out by accident. I drilled a drain hole by happenstance in my Emerson unit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the fuck is this thing freaking splashing water? I'm like, what the? So I turned it off to look at it, and all the water started pouring out of the freaking drain hole. I'm like, no shit. I'm like, I think I just figured something out.
I never dreamt that that's why they did that, so that it increases the cooling effect. So
Yeah, so what
it puts a mist on the condenser.
You might get a few more degrees out of it, but really what they're trying to accomplish is keeping the efficiency of the unit down. So, and it doesn't really make that big of a difference. I've tried every option under the fucking sun, and keeping your unit in mint condition outweighs every benefit of the condensate splash. So condensate splash goes away.
Okay.
I took these off because the glue dried up. I don't want them to get damaged.
Yeah, I mean the condensate splash is no good if you got 10 inches of dirt and dust.
No. This is great, dude. I'm getting these fucking things laminated, and then I'll fucking glue stick them back on.
Oh, you're gonna stick those bits?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Scan them because these are original, dude.
Yeah.
This is fucking great.
Yeah, this is high quality. No, this is
the back.
This is awesome.
They got James Wright's feathers in there, then Andrew Crago's GM Frigidaire. Yeah, it's got the fucking embossed GE logo instead of the badge. Like I said, 1967, 1968, which is what this one is. This is probably a 68 if I was guessing, because the 67 I'm pretty sure is the one that had the special filter wheel in there. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, so basically it would have like a mesh screen over it as part of the frame, and you would put this round fucking filter inside the blower wheel so it would filter it all out before it even got in here.
It's like an air cleaner on a car. Then.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'd say, and like I said, 67, 68 had the
Tang grill.
tan grill, which is what yours would have.
Yep.
And the later one, which I actually installed one of these in my freaking wife's parents' house very recently, last month. And it's the 1970 model, 6970 model with the gray front grill.
I see.
They actually stepped them up a little bit. They put a Comfortmatic feature, so the fucking thing, dude. I shit you not. You have an extra extra freaking knob here. It says fan only, off, cool, and Comfortmatic. What Comfortmatic does, not only does it kick the compressor off, it changes your fucking fan speeds too.
Oh, that's real. That's super. Oh, they don't build them like that anymore. Huh.
Hell no. And I never actually seen one where this was still here too. These are usually all completely disintegrated. Like I said, man, I can't believe the condition this fucking thing's in.
This is in really good shape. Yep. Still got the wax. It almost looks like did you ever see a toilet seal?
Yeah.
Does
On the bottle, it almost looks like that kind of wax.
Yeah, I actually don't know what I'm going to do about that. I might either try to figure out if they still make something like that to finish the rest of it, or if I'm just going to throw Rust-Oleum paint over it like I normally do. Oil-based Rust-Oleum to seal it off.
If you buy a toilet set, the wax,
melt it down.
Yeah, melt it. That looks exactly.
That would probably work.
Looks like exactly the same shit.
And then just put like a fucking clear coat of epoxy over it or something like that. That would probably work.
Yeah.
Melt it down and fucking spray it or fucking brush it on.
Brush it on.
That's probably what they did. If you touch it, it's soft.
Yeah, that shit never hardens. It's always soft.
That ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yeah, and it's completely waterproof. Nothing's getting through it.
No, I put that shit underneath the toilet.
That's a great fucking idea.
Yep. They're cheap, couple.
Dude,
bucks,
it's fucking $2 at Lowe's. Right? You only need probably 2 or 3 of them to do that whole fucking base.
Oh yeah, melt it right down.
Fucking right, man.
Top notch. I think it lasts another fucking 100 years.
Oh, this unit will see 100.
You think how long you think this will last if you take care of it?
If you take care of it, as old as it already is, if not longer, but longer.
Holy shit!
And you got to think, if you do take care of it, if you have failed parts on there, as long as your chassis and the structure is in good shape, a fan motor is a fan motor. You can change the motor out. The compressors nowadays are a little bit iffy, but
could you put a modern day compressor?
Yeah, sure you
on
could.
It? Yeah.
It wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
But they still make reciprocate. I'd probably put a reciprocate. If that compressor ever took a shit,
Yeah.
I would get. They still make the Tecumseh. They still make the AE. They still make the AJs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good compressors. They're about $1,000. But yeah.
That's what that would
very
cost
good.
for that compressor?
15,000 BTUs, probably not. Probably 600 or 700
Oh shit.
for replacement. Then you just got to braze it in and all that. You know, make your mount and plate up.
Yep.
But yeah, the odds of that compressor taking a shit are very, very slim. Like I said, especially being almost brand new. The first couple times I run it, I probably only run it for like 15, 20 minutes at a time. Make sure everything's fucking...
Well, you got to figure so it went into storage probably 84, say 1985.
Yeah.
And then when you said this is 1967,
Yeah, 67, 68, somewhere in there. So the thing wasn't even 20 years old.
that's what I mean. But it only got used during the summer, probably 2
Right.
days a week.
Yep.
So this bitch has got low hours on it.
Oh my God, yeah.
No, this is gonna last. This is gonna last you.
Now I think you had the price set right. Like I said, the only reason it took you so long to get 400 for it is because it was missing the fucking plastic front. Like I said, I had one off of one.
Yeah, a few people cried about that. They said you got the front. I said I don't have the front. It's jeez. I said it still works.
But you got to think about it, myself included. I wouldn't install it in my house without the plastic front either.
Well, it looks like shit, you know.
It does, but with the plastic front on there, it's like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So you got the original, or it's gonna fit right on like a glove.
Trash picked it in the Farmbrook section of Levittown. I wanted the whole entire freaking unit, but I was like probably 14, 15, maybe 16 at the latest at the time. It was back in 2005, 2006, and yep, so I took what I could off it, which is a plastic front, and I had it for years.
Probably never thought you'd use it, man.
No.
Eh?
I got lucky by fucking sheer dumb luck. My buddy Kenny actually found one of these too, and his is missing the front grill. And then another collector, Garrett out of Maryland, he actually he scrapped it, but he gave me the freaking grill off of it. So I got a grill for the one I already had that was missing one, and now I have the freaking grill to fit the one I just bought.
Nice.
So I have no complaints. Like I said, if it does turn up, definitely let me know.
Yeah.
I'll pay to have it shipped out.
Okay. Well, you know the old saying, one man's junk is another man's treasure, right? It's a prime example.
Oh yeah. Oh, I am gonna do. Actually, I probably should put it back in a case. Do it honestly. I say that just because if in case it decides it wants to move around a little bit, throw that rag over the fronts of the freaking.
Getting smashed.
Yeah. This will ride in with me until I get it. Yeah, it's badass.
You gonna put this video on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
If as long as you're okay with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, you're gonna be in it.
You're gonna be famous.
You're gonna be famous. Yeah.
Every time I have one of my dogs in the video, I always get a comment on it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do people like it, or they get pissed
People
off?
like dogs. Yo, never trust somebody that don't like dogs, man.
Yeah, no.
That's a red flag.
Yeah,
it is.
She said that's terrible.
Then again, people tell me that not liking cats is a red flag. I don't really like cats too much.
I'm not a big cat person, but I like dogs. But yeah, if you don't like dogs, she said that's bad news.
I've never met somebody that I liked that didn't like dogs.
Cool.
But yeah, man. Thank you. You got to get back to PA.
All right, guys. Yeah. Have a safe trip.
Yeah.